Hello and welcome to the Carnegie Report. It's February 2020. My name is Gary Peer.
And I'm Leor Samuel.
You are indeed Leor, and it's all happening in Carnegie and surrounds. Has there ever been a more exciting time to be a real estate agent? Ever.
2020 has come on and it's been amazing. It's back.
Huge.
The property market's back, and our area even more so. Loving selling. It's been some great results. Some stuff we'll cover often as well what's coming up. But it started off with a bang, Gary.
Back in a big way. The only real estate agency anywhere in the world that has two offices in 3163. Am I correct with that?
That's what we like to boast.
Exactly.
But,
right.
Definitely right with our. I love it. Just every time going to the went to the cricket a bit over the summer break, and seeing our offices next to the Murrumbeena station in Carnegie along the Sky Rail, looking good up in lights.
Absolutely, and what's more looking good up in lights is some of our results, and of course our award. For those that may not be aware, hot off the press, Rate My Agent has awarded our company as being the best network real estate agency under 20 offices in the entire of Australia, and of course it's rated on people and their happiness with their agent. So we've got a lot of happy clients out there, Lil.
Very, very happy with that award, Gary.
We must be doing something right.
We are.
One day we'll work out what it is. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what's happening, because there's so much going on. We've now, of course, 8 months in, more or less, since the time that we merged with our friends at Thompson's, and of course that's been an amazing story and a great success. And how good is it to have David Thompson involved as auctioneer and as sales agent for our organisation as well?
Just about to say that David Thompson and Dan Dicing came across doing very, very well under the Gary Peer brand, and we'll cover off some sales which they had as well. But David Thompson in force with his auctioneering, very, very good indeed.
I want to talk about that one-bedroom apartment sold on the weekend for over $500,000 in Post Road, Murrumbeena. Can you talk
David,
about that?
this one, it's a funny story because it was only a brand new property, Gary. Literally, a client came to us, wanted to say, look, I bought a property, didn't want to really utilise it or occupy it, and he said, you know what, just sell it. If not, try to on-sell it before the contract settles. We said, you know what, it's a great apartment, it's a great size, why don't we furnish it, get it ready to the open market. 2020 is here, and see how we go. Long and behold, Gary, 6 bidders took the competitiveness of this auction all the way to $506,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. That's 2 bedroom territory.
And what did the buyer pay for it?
Buyer paid I think high threes off the plan.
Wow, that's incredible.
And would have sold, literally, private sale.
Yeah, within a range,
within the range.
Yeah, which was high threes, four
at a push,
Incredible. So that's a really new landmark. There's new territory being broken here, and that is a one-bedroom for $500,000. I don't know if there's ever happened in Murrumbeena before the one-bedroom's got over $500,000.
In the fours, but nothing over $5.
So an exceptional apartment, of course, but still incredible price. Winalta Road, Carnegie. I know I'm getting out of order here, but how about that property? Another one.
We know it very well, Gary, because we sold it 10 years ago. We sold all 3 townhouses at 7 Winalta Road. I sold this to the client 10 years later.
That was built by Lippengold. Yeah. What's the name of their company?
Vital Mark
Constructions. They do a great job.
They do.
Go on.
So we sold this one. So for good clients, and one that I sold it to, they've been happy living there for 10 years. Time for them to move on. Sold it before auction. Jack and I had 3 offers come in prior to auction, which we get a sale, and $1,270,000 it sold for.
216 Neeram Road, Carnegie. Another fantastic sale.
Yeah, we had a pre-auction offer which was strong. Went into early negotiations there, Gary. Sold it for $1,352,000 as well.
Now, if we go back a little bit in time, we've got some other sales to reflect on, just to give people an idea of what's going on in the market. Butte Street, Murrumbeena was an interesting one.
Butte Street we covered off on our mother edition, the GPTV late last year. Was one of those ones where David Thompson sold it as a private sale that cooled off. We took it to auctions, ended up selling it before for $285,250, $20,000 more that was previously offered prior.
So it sucks to cool off, doesn't it, sometimes, because that person that cooled off lost, what, $20,000 in terms of...
Thought they were smart, Gary.
Well, I don't think we would be nasty about it, but, who knows what their circumstances are. But, sometimes when you cool off, we've had a few of those cool offs, and we've just about always probably built on the price in the future time. For some reason, it just happens to be that sort of karma. So if you're a buyer, make sure you make your decision, because you lose money when you cool off as well. Get your affairs in order and don't cool off, because the times that we've had cool offs, properties have ended up selling for more. St Hubert's Road, one at 10 St Hubert's Road, another exciting
went off
sale.
Like a rocket late last year as well. 4 bidders competed for this unique 3-bedroom in a 1970s apartment with a beautiful front courtyard. They sold for $716,000.
Edgewood Street, Carnegie.
Edgewood was one of my highlights of 2019, Gary. It was one of those private auctions, auction before the auction. Our situation was where our vendor had a price in mind. They had someone come forward, literally $200,000 that they're prepared to accept. Had a lot of people through the campaign, called through the file as we do at Gary Peer & Associates. Came of that, Gary. 5 bidders wanting to offer on a pre-auction. Had a private auction the Wednesday night.
Very interesting story, wasn't it, actually? Mimosa Road, Carnegie, also another sale in excess of $1 million.
Yeah, townhouse, sort of early 2000s style, Gary. Sold for $1.3 million. I did the auction for Daniel Fisher there. Very competitive.
Way over the range where the expectation was in the 8s. And the last one to review is that property in Kangaroo Road, which also smashed its reserve price of $690.
It was an interesting one. I thought we should cover off on that one because it was one of those ones, Gary. It was a publisher reserve. So vendor said, $690, that's my price. Don't offer, I'm just $690 or better, game on.
So we've had one of those on the weekend in Park Crescent as well, where the reserve was 1.6. It was advertised, sold for over 1.9. This one was an interesting one. It was appointed to us through a solicitor. Solicitor said, we know our reserve, this is the reserve. A declared reserve is a good conversation piece because some people think that that's the way all auctions should be. The times that we've had auctions with a declared reserve, they've gone really well, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and that one went for $747,500.
We've got something like 50 auctions ahead of us in the Carnegie office, Carnegie Murrumbeena office, so there's
busy.
A lot going on. We could sit here and talk about all of them, but we've selected a few specific and particular ones to run over. But let's talk about the Twilight auction that we've got also, and that is this Wednesday night in Cheltenham, in Ward Street, Cheltenham.
Great, I love the Twilight auction, Gary, and this one being a unique home as well. We thought we should auction on a Thursday night without the competition and the mix for the weekend.
Why not?
So we're going to auction there. Lovely townhouse there that Aviv's been handling. We sold the other half, which was a bit different, late last year as well. 4 bedrooms, literally near new, and should go really, really well.
We're going to be in Malvern Road, Malvern, just a hop, skip and a jump across the road, across Dandenong Road from our Carnegie office. Take us through this one. Yeah,
this is a nice 1-bedroom, elevated, great first home buying opportunity or for investment.
Grange Road, Carnegie, good address, good property. Take us through this one.
On the cusp of Caulfield East there, Grange Road there, since the Sky Rail has been done over Grange Road there, that pocket has really picked up that I've noticed the last few years.
I talked a bit about Rate Your Agent and talked about our awards, but we've had a few other awards as well. I haven't even noticed them all or noted them all yet. Tell us about some that relate to your area.
Yeah, so it was like sort of Agent of the Year out of Carnegie, which we got as a group collectively. I won an individual award as well.
For what?
You know what? I can't really call where it's at. Last weekend we had so many auctions; it was so busy.
Blurring, hasn't it?
But I take the accolades as a group collectively because it's not just an individual. I'm very proud of my office.
Very humble of you. Let's talk about the other sale in Cockerib Road, or I should say the offering coming up this weekend.
Cockerib Road is another one. After that townhouse sale in Winalta, we're expecting this one to go okay as well. Brand new townhouse. Great accommodation in a subdivision of 5.
Lord, this looks like a good property. It is in Lord Street in Caulfield East. Tell us about this one, not far from the racecourse.
Oh Lord, I love this one as well. I've had a really good track record in this pocket of Caulfield East recently, over the last few years, but recently we've sold a few. But a beautiful extended weatherboard home, 4 to 5 bedrooms, fantastic accommodation. Lee and I had it open last week for the first time. Great numbers coming through that one. Check that one out.
Absolutely, a winning performance there, just near the racecourse. We've also got, of course, Mullane Street in Ormond. We do lots in Ormond. In fact, I think we've sold the most expensive houses in Ormond, just about all of them that have been sold.
As well as Glen Huntly on the cusp as well.
Tell us about Mullane Street. Good street.
This one went gangbusters after week 1 as well. Jack Slater had a lot of groups coming through this beautiful period home on a subdivided block. Check this one out. It's a fabulous offering if you want something off a single level type floor plan design. It's a great home.
10 Fraser Street, Ormond?
10 Fraser Street, blank canvas, call it at that. Gary, you had a similar one in Stewart Street Ormond not too long ago, which was very much similar to that one. 685 square metres. Within a sort of heritage overlay, so it's one where someone will turn that into a masterpiece internally and refurbish the existing bones of it.
Sounds good to me. We've got Jack Slater very busy this weekend as well. One of those sales is in Neerim Road.
Neerim Road, a near new 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment with a fabulous courtyard, all amongst the Carnegie action.
Tranmere Avenue, Carnegie, another terrific property.
Another 3-bedroom apartment as well that Jack's selling there. I love this floor plan in terms of what it offers because you got the versatility of the 2nd bathroom as well. First home buyers love it, and investors too love investing with depreciation benefits and also close to all the action.
So there's lots of auctions to review, but we also have something else interesting to review. That is the block of apartments that are dwindling away in terms of the sales. Only a couple left now in Katandra Road. In the heart of Ormond.
We've been busy selling this over the Christmas New Year period. We've got 2 special apartments there, this time on the 1st floor. The courtyard ones are sold. First floor front, number 2 there, 675,000, solid brick construction, and we've also got one at the back at number 6 for 645.
So that's a bit of a wrap, isn't it, of Carnegie and Murrumbeena, or at least it's a bit of a snapshot, I should say, because there's so much other properties to offer as well. But we are trying to keep the show a bit brief, around 10-minute mark if we can. But we are seeing Carnegie being very popular. And I was just saying to Philip before that if somebody said to me, which area would you buy a house in that you think you might get the best gain in the next 5 years? I said, look, I think Carnegie. I'm not saying other areas won't perform well, but I still think that's an area where houses and land is going to go up. I think even though it's come a long way, got a long way to go. Would you agree?
Very much so. We opened there years ago strategically after being selling for many years, and 5 years with us, Gary. In March this year, the Carnegie office opened up, but we called it years ago. We knew this pocket was going to go, and I think anything house and land close to the train station, the shops, schools, parks, as Carnegie has to offer, hence the gravitation towards that area. And
what's the name of that fantastic cafe opposite the Murrumbeena office? That I
Levi.
went to? Yeah,
Levi.
What a great cafe that is. Fantastic. We're not getting supported or sponsored by them, but what a fantastic place that was. Really cool place, very unique. And it was an old garage or something there? Or
as they say in Yiddish, old Schmutter factory. They used to actually have a lot of old jeans storage there as well, and
right?
That's why it's got that industrial look with the exposed beam, that warehousing. But
wow.
A great space, and I think I love cafes with that industrial look.
Oh, that is but it's well run, good, nice people, well run, good food, well presented. And that's going to be, I reckon, the way forward. I mean, we're seeing Left Field also in that area.
Daniel's Son.
We're seeing some of the best cafes in and around Carnegie Murrumbeena now. It's just going to keep getting better because one sets the standard and then the others have to either raise to it or beat it, or they go out of business. So you're seeing now a really incredible gentrification of all of that Murrumbeena area. What a fantastic part of the world to buy a house in or to live in. And of course, Murrumbeena Carnegie, well, ever since we came to town, it's only just kept getting better. So I don't know whether we found out about it or whether we made it happen. We'd love to take credit for it. I don't think we can. But if you wanted to buy in Carnegie, Murrumbeena, or sell, speak to this man over here. He and his team are ready to assist, and we're recruiting too because we need more people. So if you're thinking about getting a job in real estate and you've watched this show to the end, or you've got a friend or relative or someone that you like or maybe don't like but you think could be a good real estate agent,
that would be good in sales, and happy to work weekends, but
yes, exactly.
We'd love to speak to anyone that wants to get into real estate.
Absolutely. That's a big wrap on the Carnegie and Surrounds report for this February 2020. My name's Gary Peer.
And I'm Leo Samuel.
We'll see you next month.